We are live. Hey, welcome back, everybody, for racing reviews and previews. Of course, we're in the middle of the Punchestown Festival. What a cracking day's racing we had. There was day three in the bag. Let's take a little bit of a recap before I preview day four. We started the day with a handicap over 2 miles, and it went the way of the Luke Dempsey ridden for his father. Broomfield Hall. He was a limp winner from Gin Coco back in second, the UK runner back in second, carrying a bit too much weight in my eyes. I fancy that runner if he had a little bit of less weight. 10 to 1 winner. Luke is a very good rider and showing it on the big stage as always. One of our selections finished fifth in the race, of course. Boyle Sports were paying sixth places. We advised last night. 33 to 1 it was. Peter Fatty's. The name is. What was his name? His name is McDivitt with Kevin Sexton. Held up and came at a run. Um, yeah, ran very well for the place money there. He ended up, I think, 18s or 22s or something, but he was 33s all morning. So hopefully we got the each way players involved. Then we had Grade B Chase over 2 miles, and Robbie Power combined with Henry the Romhead in the colours of Rob Core Magic Days. 3 to 1 winner, beating Mountain Leinster by 2 1/4 lengths back in second. Our runner, which was a John Ryan trained Grange Walk, fell at the last or the second last, but wasn't going to win anyway. Very disappointed with that run, actually. And maybe just a long season is telling us toll. But after the race, Robbie Power, Puppy Power, he announced his retirement. He's having his remaining two rides tomorrow, which we'll talk about in the preview. But just want to wish Robbie Power a happy retirement. He's what you call a natural horseman. He just gets horses to jump for him. Of course, he'll be always associated with some of the biggest names in the national hunt history books. One being Sporting John, who won 3 Gold Cups in a row. Leopardstown, Cheltenham, and Punchestown Gold Cups, which is a phenomenal performance. Jessica Harrington's Sporting John. So just want to wish Robbie Power happy retirement. Then we had the Latouche Cup. It was a race that I was staying away from, but I did tip up. Shady Operator ended up being an on-runner. And Peter Mars, Ballybroker Bridge, who's Peter Mars, a local to the track, always gets a winner nearly at the festival in one of these amateur races. And Ballybroker Bridge, at the ripe old age of 15, a 14 to 1 in the hands of Mr. T. Power Roach, getting the job done from singing banjo back in second. Then the first grade one of the day was a Stairs Hurdle. Again, another one of our selections, the Devil's Coachman. I'd watch him wherever he goes next for Noah Mead. He was a non-runner. And Classical Dream absolutely bolted up. Last year's winner for William Mullins with Paul Townend. Once his horse settled, he was always going to run a race. He's a very, very good horse, and he showed that again today, 11 to 10. Beating Ashdale Bob. Again, a cracking run from Ashdale Bob. Super consistent of late, Ashdale Bob. Back in second. And Gentleman's Game back in third. And then we had one of the big handicaps, Grade B, over 2 miles 7. And we tipped up two in the race. A great view, which was Dennis Collins, and he won. Julie obliged. Ended up 10 to 1 in the colours of JP McManus. I was sweeting this horse. I was wanting this horse to run in Cheltenham. Obviously, Dennis Cullen knows a lot more than I do about racing or training horses. And he had a plan in mind himself. And of course, the very shrewd JP McManus, Mark Walsh, gave it a cracking ride. Reading the quotes after Dennis Cullen was saying he's a horse that kind of needs to keep away and needs a bit of luck because he doesn't like to be in the edge of barging. And you could see by Mark, that's why, again, he's one of the top riders in the game at the minute. But he was 16 to 1 freely in the morning, ended up 10 to 1. So hopefully everybody was on and we got a little few quid for the day. Our other selection in the race, Maze Runner, finished third, again, out the back as usual. It's the way he likes to run, and he came and ran on late. That young rider that's rode that horse, he's going to go places, I think, that lad. He was 14 to 1. So we selected two in the race. We had the winner. He was widely available at 14, 16s. Ended up 10s, and the third horse as well at 14. So happy enough with the result there. Then we went to, it was the grade one novice chase over 2 miles, and Blue Lord had a hard fought win, getting the better of Course of Blind by a head. They were 9 lengths clear of the third. are the best absolutely riding and training at the minute. We have Paul Town and Willie Mullins versus Rachel Blackmore and Henry Bromhead. And yeah, Willie Mullins is just a maestro indeed. Like, so Blue Lord, you came out ahead winner 2-1. And then we had our first UK winner of the week. It was Littis for trainer Anthony Honeyball with young jockey Rex Dingle in the saddle. 8-1 winner. 5 lengths clear of the second Western Zara back in second. Nice to see a bit of camaraderie there and having a UK winner on the week. It was, you always want to see those things. And then we finished the race with a trappy little bumper. I was sweet enough on James Gate. Very disappointing in my eyes. He finished fourth. He was beaten about 13 and a quarter lengths. Tagman given to Henry Bromhead a double on the day with Derek Roach in the saddle. Got the better of Willie's other horse, Sir Argus, back in second, and One Big Bark back in third. Well, very disappointed with James Gate, and be interested to see what he does next. But that was day 3. Again, we had a great day. Hopefully, made a few little euros. Let's kick on to day number 4. And again, we're off at 340 for an 8-race card. Feature race is going to be Champion Hurdle. That's off at 525. But before all that, we're going to kick on with the first race. This is it's a race I'm not really going to preview, actually. So I shouldn't probably have said I was going to start at it. If I was going to go for one, it'd be Alpha Male, 6-4 at the minute, second favourite for Peter Maher, who had the winner of the Latouche, Barry O'Neil, the saddle. This horse has run this race 3 times. He's won it back in 2018. Of course, there was no running at the festival in 20, but he was second in 2019 and second in 2021. He's ultra consistent. There isn't a whole depth in this race, if you ask me. Probably 2 or 3 are going to come to the fore. Second favourite behind Andrucca Gorm, who is even money. So if I was going to have a bet, I'd probably do Alpha Male, especially with Boyle Sports offer kicking in money back if second to the SP5. But I am going to leave the first race alone personally. And then we kick on to Grade A Handicap Chase over 2 miles 5. Again, it was another bit of a head scratcher. We have Fighter Allen for Willie Mullins with Paul Townend in the saddle. In the colours of Chris Jones. I'd like Chris Jones to have a winner at the festival. He puts a lot into the game, and he had a very painful second in the Grade 1 course of line, but he delighted with the way his horse ran. But for me, Fighter Allen, I'm going to go with him here for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins in the second race. One I could see running very well at each way is Mouse Morris's French Dynamite, coming back to a course he likes. Of course, he won. He won not too long ago, and Mouse's horses are in form. Darragh O'Keefe, very good rider on board. Boyle Sports are playing 4th place in the race, so that's why he's going to be my each way selection in the race. French Dynamite, but Fighter Allen for the win. Now we go to the Mayor's Chase. It's race number 3. It's over 2 miles 5. It's a Grade 2. We've got 6 runners lined up here. I'm not going to abandon one of my favourite horses in training, Ellie May. She is very short though. She's 4-6 for Willie Mullins in the colours of JP McManus. She duly obliged us at Cheltenham when we tipped her up. She's an absolute, she's a little beauty in my eyes anyway. I said it before in my Cheltenham preview. Certain horses they take your eye and you have a vested interest in them just for their, certain things stick out to you. Excuse me. And this little superstar is one of mine. So Ellie May, I'm not going to desert her. She's short. I can see Scarlet and Dove giving her a race, but on ground like this, I think she needs a little bit more juice in the ground for Joshua O'Brien. But she's a very good mare. Brian Cooper taking the ride for Gigginstown. And I can see the two of these maybe battling it out. But for me, I'm going to stick with Ellie May in the colours of JP McManus in race number 3. That brings us to the feature race. It is the Champion Hurdle. 6 runners lined up here. But my eyes were just watching the one, Honeysuckle. We're hoping she goes 16 for 16 under rules. Again, I'm not going to waffle on. 2 superstars, Rachel Blackmore, Honeysuckle. She's short, so this a race I'm just going to watch. And as a racing fanatic, I'm just going to watch. Hopefully she gets the job done. And she should. Henry's horses probably aren't firing all cylinders, even though he's had 3 winners on the week now. And do you know what? They are starting to run well, in fairness. So, but this mare, she does it, and she does it well. She's beaten all these before numerous times. So, yeah, bar any mishaps, which we pray it doesn't happen. Honeysuckle for me in the Champion Hurdle. Probably have a look at the distance markets tomorrow and see what we can get. Might get a bit of value on that. Probably go over 5 or 6 lengths maybe. Then we go to the last grade one of the day. It is the Novice Hurdle, Champion Novice Hurdle. It's over 2 miles 3. Again, 6 runners lined up here. And it's a trappy little race in my eyes, but it's going to make, I think, for a great race. We've got some nice young protagonists here. Stateman, of course, was the handicap good thing in Cheltenham. That was a handicap. Now, he done it well. He beat a big field. He's short at the minute. I'm going to take him on with his stable companion, Kilcroft. You know I have a bit of a soft spot for him, but he's 2 from 2 over the course. He won the Grade 1 champion bumper, beating Sir Gerhard by about 4 or 5 lengths here last year. He was slow getting off to his winning start over Timber. He was second and then third in 2 maiden hurdles, but then he came to Punchestown. Course form, lads. You know I'm a sucker for it, and he absolutely bolted up in the maiden hurdle. He went and finished third in Supreme. He was beaten a good bit in the Supreme, but I think at the back of the track that he obviously loves. He is a Grade 1 winner of a bumper, and I'm going to take a chance with him here. Again, that Bias Force offer finished second to the SP5 is a great insurance. You could also look at the betting without market, but for me, I'm just going to go for the winning. And hopefully he gets the job done here. Kilcroft with Paddy Mullins in the saddle. That brings us then to the Champion Hunter's Chase. Again, I don't really preview these the Hunter's Chases, but this is the top end of it, the Champion. These are the best of these. And Billaway is a horse they tipped up again in Cheltenham. What a great day that was. But this is Punchestown. At the minute, though, I was surprised. He's second favourite behind the UK runner, Donny Christie's horse, with Barry O'Neill in the saddle, Val Killet. He's a little shade of odds on at the minute, and I hope it stays that way, because, again, that Bias Force offer kicking in, finishing second as a money back, as a free bet. I think Billaway, it's an absolute steal of a bet here. It's a great insurance blocker here. So Billaway for me, he's around 6 to 4, I think, at the minute. I think is a great price. And again, with that insurance offer with Bias Sports, he's going to get my money here in race number 6, the Champion Hunter's Chase. Then we go to Novice Hurdle. It's over 2 miles. And El Fabulo is very short here for Willie Mullins. A horse that I was hoping again would run in the Novice Hurdles at Cheltenham. He was coming in under the radar in Cheltenham. I was tipping him in 1 or 2 of the races. He didn't run. I think he was an on-runner, and actually in one of them, it could have been the Ballymore on the day. And then with the Aintree, was a decent enough price in the Grade 1 and was only beaten a neck by John Bond. That is super form for a horse. Only after winning his maiden hurdle around Tramore. So for me, he's going to take absolutely all the whacking here. I'm going to stick him in my hot pot treble with Honeysuckle, and I'm going to stick him in with Honeysuckle, and what is the other one? Ellie May. Those 3 I'm going to stick in a treble, and I think this lad will get the job done, and I think he'll get it done in style, if you ask me. On that form, he's bringing the best form into the race here, and he's still relatively unexposed. If you can come on any bit, you don't even need to come on in my eyes in Aintree. Put that run together in Aintree here, he's going to whitewash these. So El Fabililio. And now we move to the final race of day 4. It is another bumper, and it's a race that I am not really of much of an opinion on. Willie Mullins has the top 2 in the betting with Don Shatland for Paddy Mullins and O'More Park with Jody Townend in the saddle. I'd be more excited to go with O'More Park here, or to walk in the park. 5-year-old gelding. Yeah, I go with O'More Park here. Again, it's not a race, but there's one that catches my eye. Interesting to see if there's going to be a few quid knocking about tomorrow. It's for Tony Martin. Read to return Maxine Sullivan, who's an absolute she's a brilliant amateur rider. She's a brilliant rider, brilliant horse lady. Read to return, a 5-year-old by Fame and Glory, very impressive in a pint to pint, and was sold. He was bought, and then Tony Martin has him now. So he could be the one for the each way players here. Reed to return, but O'More Park for the win for me. Yeah, that is my preview for day 4. It's been a cracking day's racing again. We got one of those handicaps over the line. I was delighted with that because we were hitting the crossbar with them, and I was very sweet on a great view. So I'm delighted with that one. Hopefully we kick on. We get a few more winners tomorrow. A lot of trappy little short price races. And hopefully, I just want to see Honeysuckle do the business. No matter what happens tomorrow, once she gets over that line, makes it 16 from 16. She is what racing needs. So yeah, look, I am not going to preview tomorrow's action from Newmarket. It's the start of the Guineas meeting. There is a grade 2 on the card, or group 2, should I say. Still thinking about national interest. And there's group 2 on the card, but I'm not going to preview it. I will preview the 2 Guineas, and I'm going to put that up tomorrow night along with 1 or 2 selections from the final day of Punchestown. But it's going to be mainly a Guineas preview. Hopefully we can sign off tomorrow now with a couple of winners and then kick on to the weekend's action. Again, hit the like and hit the share button. I will be back very soon, guys. Cheers. Thanks a lot.